My name is KEstes, and I am in Cohort 7 of the Sam Houston State University Instructional Systems Design and Technology doctoral program. This is my Dossier oral defense. For my first prompt, I've been asked to briefly summarize my long-range goals presented in my dossier. They are the following. I would like to advance to Director of Instructional Design and Technology Integration so that I can become a change leader. I aim to obtain a leadership position to influence institutional culture and policy, advocating for and implementing changes that support faculty and students while replacing inefficient processes with adaptable models. I want to become a better designer. I want to elevate online educational experiences. I want to improve the quality and effectiveness of online education by applying research-based strategies and the community of inquiry model to enhance student learning outcomes, engagement, and accessibility. And I want to be a huge collaborator. I want to share all of the things. I'd like to promote collaboration and sharing within the educational community, especially higher ed, to enhance student success and institutional effectiveness, countering the trend in higher ed of siloing by fostering partnerships and sharing resources and experiences. The second half of this prompt is, what is the most significant competency you've acquired to support their acquisition, and how was it developed? The competencies that I've acquired that I think have been most significant and certainly most pertinent to my current work environment are critical thinking, self-evaluation, the continuous improvement model, and practical application of my learning. And how were these developed is the second half of that. And these were developed through not only coursework, through hands-on internships, through projects that have me explore my learning and apply my learning to real-world situations, but also through my day-to-day employment. As I mentioned, I'm the Senior Instructional Designer for Tarrant County College Connect Campus, which is the only fully online campus in the TCC district. My department of 8 that I lead serve faculty and staff upwards of 600. It is our job to make sure that our students get the best educational environment possible for learning, and that our faculty provide and feel comfortable delivering an environment in which learning can take place and that instruction flourishes in. So this involves day-to-day working and coaching with faculty, building of course materials, using research-based best practices to build programs, courses, and materials, data tracking and reporting, micro-credentialing, AI tools, innovative tools like AI, bringing those into the workplace and using them effectively while helping faculty and student to navigate those waters as well. You can see here from this screen that I have participated in a wide variety of trainings. I have presented many webinars, conference presentations, and I have been included on committees both at the district and the state and the national level regarding instructional design, educational technology, and artificial intelligence. So I am living the dream. I am bringing these pieces that this course, these courses and this program have taught me directly into my workday, sometimes immediately after learning them in the class the night before. Real world application of what I'm learning. And that's why I feel very strongly that I have advanced with these skill sets, because I am able, because of my job, to bring what I'm learning in the classroom immediately into the workforce, immediately to my faculty, and to experience what that's like, to evaluate my delivery, to take that feedback and make corrections and continue that improvement model. What major competency do you still need to acquire or hone to reach my goals? What is your plan for the development? So I still feel that I've not done a complete research project start to finish. So I need to hone my research methodologies from planning to implementation to findings. I really need more work in that research methodology area. And then how to share those findings in meaningful ways so that it will impact the field, and not just journal articles in peer-reviewed journals or presentations at conferences, but practical applications in the classroom, one-on-one, dirty boots leadership with, muddy boots leadership with my faculty, and showing that what we do in our research can meaningfully impact what we do in our classrooms. That's not something that in my 25 years in K-12 was really emphasized, but I feel in higher ed, we can really pull from that meaningful use of research in the classroom to implement best practices. So how am I going to do that? I'm going to do that through my dissertation. It took a very, very long time, I'm afraid, for me to find where I felt most comfortable with my dissertation topic. Now, having bounced back and forth with several topics, I have finally settled quite comfortably on our Connect Campus Accessibility Roadmap, Destination 2025. This program is a roadmap for our campus to make all of our digital materials and communication accessible by 2025. This includes faculty training and observation and implementation. This includes staff training, observation, and implementation. This includes a micro-credentialed program of professional development, not only for our campus, but for our entire district and for the public, offered through our community education programs, and to our corporate partners through our Corporate Solutions and Economic Development team. This also includes advocacy and a voice for those students and faculty on our campus who have disabilities or who may need accommodation or accessibility considerations through our Voices of Accessibility video project. It incorporates the creation of a team to manage the Campus Accessibility Roadmap and move it forward as accessibility needs and technologies change to make sure that we're on track and holding true to the goals and vision and mission of the Campus Accessibility Plan. It also includes advocacy, or in terms of sharing advocacy for other community colleges, other designers, other faculty, other leadership, by sharing our model, our highs, our lows, our data with other community colleges and giving them the benefit of our experience, our data, and hopefully this dissertation to show them maybe a pathway forward, something that perhaps they can take and make their own for their campus, so that we as an educational field start to address the area of accessibility. And this, believe it or not, segues beautifully into my second oral defense prompt, which is, in the context of your research agenda, discuss how your efforts to share experiences and resources will address the challenges posed by the evolving funding requirements, specifically considering the changes and expectations outlined in recent legislative measures, institutional policies, or other relevant financial dynamics influencing higher education funding. So the graphic for this is very appropriate. Are we there yet? Considering House Bill 8 in the state of Texas and the change in community college funding, we are not there yet. But I'm very glad to know that TCC has a plan to try to move forward, especially in terms of accessibility, that will directly help us address funding for our programs. So that is, again, the TCC Campus Accessibility Roadmap. In my dissertation, I hope to explore the critical need for funded accessibility programs in higher education's online learning environments to ensure equitable access to education for all students. This exploration is particularly relevant in the context of evolving funding requirements and legislative measures that impact higher education funding in community colleges in the state of Texas. Drawing from the insights gained through the Campus Accessibility Roadmap program, which emphasizes the development and implementation of accessibility initiatives in online learning, my research will underscore the importance of sharing research, resources, and experiences to enhance educational accessibility across community colleges in Texas. The recent changes in Texas community college funding, as outlined by House Bill 8, signify a pivotal shift towards a student success-oriented funding model. This legislative measure allocates $683 million towards rewarding institutions that demonstrate success in student completion rates, transfers to four-year universities, and the facilitation of early college courses for high school students. This model emphasizes the importance of outcomes over enrollment figures, incentivizing colleges to innovate and adapt to the evolving educational landscape. Not only that, it allows for these colleges to meet federal regulations for ADA compliance. The Americans with Disabilities Act, or ADA, requires educational institutions to provide equal access to their resources and services for all students, including those with disabilities, whether that is a permanent or situational or temporary disability. By emphasizing the need for funded accessibility programs and leveraging the successes of the Campus Accessibility Roadmap program, community colleges can ensure their online learning environments are accessible. This not only aligns with ADA requirements, but also sets a precedent for compliance with future legislation in the area. We also want to make sure that we avoid litigation from the Department of Justice for non-compliance with our ADA standards. The Department of Justice, or DOJ, enforces ADA compliance, and failure to meet these standards can lead to litigation. By proactively adopting the insights and resources shared through the CAR program, community colleges can avoid such litigation. Implementing proven accessibility initiatives not only demonstrates a commitment to the compliance, but also showcases an institution's proactive measures to ensure equitable access to education for all students. This reduces the risk of noncompliance and the associated legal and financial repercussions. And finally, it helps higher education and community colleges to build a culture that includes quality standards. So if we're talking about standards in terms of accessibility, we can talk about the WCAG standards. They are a series of recommendations for making web content more accessible, particularly for people with disabilities. By incorporating the methodologies and experiences developed through our CAR program, community colleges can integrate WCAG standards into their online learning platforms, giving them measurable ways to verify that we're meeting these outcomes. This fosters an inclusive learning environment that prioritizes accessibility, thereby embedding a culture of inclusivity and awareness of accessibility standards among staff, faculty, and students. Incorporating the experiences and methodologies developed through the CAR program into this new funding context offers a promising pathway for community colleges to meet and exceed these expectations. By leveraging the information shared from our program in creating accessible online learning environments, colleges can enhance their educational offering, thereby improving student outcomes. These improvements not only align with the funding model's emphasis on student success, but also address broader accessibility challenges, ensuring that all students have equal access. Accessible digital content and online courses, while designed to meet the needs of students with disabilities, also brings significant benefits to students without disabilities, enhancing the overall learning experience for everyone. For instance, features such as caption videos and transcripts not only assist those with hearing impairments, but also aid in better understanding and retention of information for all students, especially for non-native speakers or those who learn better through reading. The use of clear and consistent navigation and the organization of online materials, a cornerstone of accessibility, helps reduce cognitive load, making it easier for all students to find and process information. Furthermore, the principles of universal design that underpin accessibility efforts encourage the creation of a variety of learning resources, such as interactive activities and multimedia content, catering to diverse learning preferences and styles. This inclusive approach to online course design ensures that all students, regardless of their physical or learning abilities, benefit from an enriched and more equitable educational environment, thereby contributing to improved learning outcomes, student success, completions, transfers, and of course, helping high school students to get their college credit. The strategic incorporation of funded accessibility programs like the Campus Accessibility Roadmap program into community colleges' operational and educational strategies is a multifaceted approach that addresses compliance, culture, and litigation avoidance. It represents a proactive and comprehensive strategy for enhancing educational accessibility, thereby ensuring that community colleges can meet federal regulations, build inclusive cultures, and make sure we're meeting our funding requirements. Thank you very much for listening to my dossier defense. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. And if you would like to learn more about the CAR program, a link will be provided with this submission. Have a great day.